Hi, Todd Burns with Homebrew Happy Hour. Today, I'm going to show you a great product called a GovReg. This is a secondary regulator. So what is a secondary regulator? Well, these are a couple of examples of secondaries that you'll see, very traditional secondary regulators. And what you do with these is you take a primary regulator and you connect the air supply at a higher pressure to these, and you can put as many as you want on a chain, and you can give different pressure to each keg or each, whatever the beverage is that would need an appropriate pressure. So a good example would be carbonated water, beer, kombucha. I mean, the list goes on, and also certain beer styles are better with different pressures. So how do you use this, and what are the different configurations? First, I want to show you what it was originally made for, which is a traditional Sankey D American beer coupler. So we're going to put this on here. And now you've got a beer coupler for a commercial beer that has its own pressure, however you want to regulate it, okay? A lot of people that serve beer are home brewers. So we also have an adapter that goes onto a CM Becker disconnect for homebrew. It'll work for ball lock or pin lock. Remember that these have the CM Becker disconnects have a built-in washer, so you don't need a washer there. And then you do the exact same thing, because the other end is the same thing as a shank. The original end was a 1/4-inch MFL, which is a common way to buy these disconnects. So we're going to put this back in here. We're going to use the washer again on the inside of that, and we're going to put it back on. And now you have a disconnect with a secondary regulator directly attached to it. Great. So third configuration could work two different ways, and I'll show you how that would work. We have the same adapter with MFL piece to 1/4-inch metal pipe thread, and we're going to screw that on. And now you can put a GovReg on here, and actually, if you've got let's say you have this is a 6-way manifold, but it could be a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 10, it doesn't matter. Now, everything that you put on here is going to be at the PSI. It will be all at the same PSI. So you may have this going here and then have another or 2 or 3 more GovRegs going to other types of beverages. The reason this 6-way has a 7th valve on it is I use this for forced carbonating, which again is another pressure a lot of times, which is what I'm going to show you next, is that I don't actually have a GovReg connected directly to this. I have an MFL nipple. And what that allows me to do now is I would have an MFL connection on here, and we would screw that on. And now you've got this running at a higher pressure, and you can run off of this. And on the end of every line, you have a GovReg. So now you have 7 different secondary regulators that can be controlled individually with the PSI that you need for that beverage. So you can see how you could do combinations of different sizes of air distributors if you have groups of pressures. It's very, very versatile and will allow you to use the secondary regulators at a lower cost, very efficient and very compact. We have another video showing how we use this in a Keyser, and you can see the before and after of how much we cleaned it up by using these GovRegs.